Hi Facebook world, this is Julia. I do not do many videos for, I guess, my huge audience here on Facebook. Mainly I don't like the camera and I tend to ramble. But this morning I was really thinking and praying, and I was just thinking how, we've lived here in Mobile for 2 years, and, many of you did not know me pre-Plexus crazy lady, and there's so much more to me, I assure you, than just loving a good probiotic and vitamin, and being at the top of an amazing company. But I just kind of wanted to share with you my heart and just my story of how I got here. So, if you know me well, you know that you can come and tell me your deepest, darkest secret, because I'm probably not going to remember it tomorrow. I do not have a very good memory. It's kind of a joke amongst my closest friends that I don't remember anything. But I really feel like the Lord has protected a few memories. And really, I think they're little stones of remembrance throughout my life as a believer, just to remind me that, He is with me and that He answers prayers. And the first thing that come to mind is I can tell you, which is crazy because I couldn't tell you anything about yesterday, but I can tell you exactly where I was standing on Troy State's campus in the year 2000 or 1999 when I realized that's where I should go to college. Like, I remember that moment of this is where you're going to college. And, thankfully, through scholarships and other things, circumstances happening afterwards, it kind of confirmed that, okay, that was the Lord speaking to me. Like, I was supposed to go to college there. I also can remember, I can't tell you any details of mine and Jared's dates as we were dating in college, but I can tell you exactly where I was sitting when it hit me that, that's who I was going to marry. When the Lord just said, Jared Carty is the man for you. And I'm so thankful for that. And, but there's another moment I just remember very vividly. And that was about 3 years ago, and we were living in Texas, and Jared had actually lost his job. And as you can imagine, 4 kids, Jared didn't have a job. I was, and still am, passionate about being a stay-at-home mom and taking care of my babies. And I was really just frustrated because, for the longest time, Jared was in the ministry. Financially, we were rock bottom. And, for a couple of years there, we were having to depend on family. This was even before he had lost his job. Family was helping pay rent. They were paying rent for us some. A family member gave us a car. They were paying for Santa or Christmas. It just seems like we can never stand on our own legs. And I know that was the way those things was because the family loved us and the Lord was providing for us. The Lord has always provided for us. But, I stood in my living room and I prayed to the Lord. I said, God, we've got to get out of this. We've got to get out of this pit, this financial, we can't ever, Jared was supposed to finish seminary and we just couldn't do it. And I said, but I want to do it on our own and with you. But I wanted to do it without the help of everybody around us. We're the babies of the family and it seems like everybody's always taking care of us. I want to do it on our own. Oh, but I also want to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to leave my kids. So I realize, all you theologians out there, I was praying with a lot of stipulations. But, in my mind, I'll be honest, I kind of doubted it. I was like, there's no way. I mean, how am I? I'm going to have to go back to teaching. I'm going to have to leave the kids. But, I just begged God to find us a way that we could get out of this. And I honestly kind of not forgot about that prayer, obviously, because it was kind of a continual prayer. But during that time, a friend of mine, had given me a bottle of our probiotic and body cream because she knew my children had severe skin issues. And she encouraged me to try it. And around me, one of our pastor's wives, one of our Sunday school teacher at the time, women I just really trusted and respected, started were sharing about this company and they were successful. And I was like, maybe this is a way we can make a little extra money. We're moving to Mobile. We've got to put food on the table because Jared was getting a sales job and if we didn't make a sale, we wouldn't have money. So I jumped in 2 weeks before we came here. And I'll be honest, the products worked. It cleared up my kids' skin issues. So that made me excited. And it was like, okay, we have to afford these products because the kids need them. But, we were not going to do this. We said we would never sell anything. We didn't understand how ministry and selling a product could go hand in hand. That just, I never wanted to be that annoying person on Facebook, which probably some of you think I am. I never wanted someone to look at me and feel like, oh, there's a crazy Plexus lady, which I'm sure people do at this point. But, we were not going to do this. But I was like, you know what? We're just going to give it a try. And so we jumped in, and I started calling all my really close friends, and honestly, my conversation was like, please don't make fun of me, but I'm about to start selling something, but we got to pay the bills, and the products work, so it seems like our only way this right now. So, I did that, and I'll never forget, again, this is one of those memories that is just like etched into my mind, of standing at the Publix out in the airport, and I opened up my cell phone to see what we got paid that month, and y'all, it was enough to cover our first month rent here in Mobile. And I could cry right now. 2 years later, I could cry because, y'all, that was huge. It paid for our rent here. And I knew at that moment that this opportunity really was going to give us what we needed. And so I kept on, I shared these amazing products. It helps that they are amazing products and they work. And I have great friends. And some of them just did it with me because I begged them to. But I started growing the team. And, it really was a year later after I had gotten to the top of the company and we were making just, honestly more money than we ever thought we would, but it really wasn't about the money, and it never will be. It's really about being exactly where the Lord has us. But He reminded me of that prayer. Because I'll be honest, sometimes I get very insecure. I get very, it's like, what do you do? And I don't want to say network marketing. I don't want to scare anyone away, especially in a new town. But, God continually reminds me, like, Julia, this was the answer to that prayer. That prayer that you never thought was going to really happen. That prayer that you wanted to earn the money to pay for everything on your own 2 feet. And so, I have 2 things. The reason I'm making these, and sorry I'm crying, I'm a crier, is A, if you have friends, no matter what they're doing, you have no idea if that's their answer to prayer. No matter what they're selling, or, as long as it's ethical, it's safe, you never know. So don't be too judgy too fast. Number 2, don't be too prideful. Maybe a friend has reached out to you about the products, or maybe a friend has reached out to you about the business. I can assure you, I would never do this if the products A, didn't work, and they do work. If you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I didn't lose 20 pounds when I tried it. They're not weight loss. It's about gut health. It's about total body health, and they work because they have changed the life and the health of so many of my friends and family members. And so if you want to know about that, please private message me or private message your friend. But just know that this company has changed our family's life, not only our health and our future and even our ministry. I never, in my mind, I thought I would be either a missionary, a pastor's wife, one of those things, and here I am on a team with influence larger than I ever would have imagined, with thousands and thousands. I think I have up to like 7,000 or 8,000 people on my team that I get to talk to daily and pray with daily and encourage and help them be stay-at-home moms, or help them feel better because they have an autoimmune disease. And again, I like to remind God sometimes, this was not what I asked for. I just wanted to be a mom at home and tell people about Jesus. But you know what? This is what He had in store for us. And this is where He has the car T chaos. And I'm very, very thankful for it. So thank you. If you're watching this, it's been 8 minutes, for putting up with us. And again, I encourage you, don't let pride stand in front of you, because I could have easily said, you know what, we said we were never going to sell anything. I'm never going to be that type person. I'm too good, because honestly, my sinful self at times thought I was too good to be in network marketing. That wasn't a real job. But I'm so thankful that I did put my pride down and I gave it a shot, and I'm living, exactly where the Lord has us. So thank y'all. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me or a friend that you have. Bye.